14 years old and I'm a senior at Urbana High School. Ever since I was a freshman, there's been one thing that I've wanted to do with my life: research. I've always wanted to be in the lab, researching to find cures for diseases, making a difference. I recently attended Scholar Day on February 20th at Drexel University, and to say I was impressed would be an understatement. I was blown away by the faculty there as well as the current students. I was intrigued, however, by one program in particular, the STARS program, Students Tackling Advanced Research. From the second I heard about it, I knew it's exactly what I wanted to do. Doing research over a cause that I chose to make a difference.
Did Will demonstrate a willingness to learn and participate in class and in labs?
Will demonstrated a wonderful willingness to participate in class and labs. Number one, he was a model student. He always had his homework done. He always asked lots of questions to try to probe for more depth for the content and the material. He, in class, he would try to help other students. If he saw they were struggling, try to help them so that they could reach the same level of understanding that he could. Sometimes he had success with that, but other times he didn't. It just depended on the individual student. In lab, Will was very neat and meticulous in his lab work. His lab reports were usually my favorites to read because I could easily understand them. He had interesting things to say in them. In the lab, he would a lot of times propose ideas without me prompting him for reasons why experiments may have failed and how he could improve them. If ever I asked him to do something extra, maybe it was just cleaning up something in the lab, or maybe I gave him a challenge problem, he was always up to doing that. I even took him aside along with another student partway through the year and asked them to try out a new experiment that we hadn't done before, just to see what kind of problems we might have, and due to their workup of the experiment, we were able to do it more smoothly and take less time on it when we actually did the experiment as an entire class. And so I was very, very grateful to Will that he was willing to do that. And I think he enjoyed it very much during the process.
Did you enjoy having Will in class, and would you recommend him as a STAR, Students Tackling Advanced Research Scholar?
I would highly recommend Will for the STAR program. I enjoyed having him in class. Actually, at times I felt like I wasn't able to give him enough of those kind of experiences. I think he would flourish under a research type environment as an undergraduate. I would highly recommend him for a situation like that. He's up for the challenge. He's willing to work on areas that maybe he needs a little extra depth in. I just think he would be very good at that. Even having not done a lot of that in the past, what I have seen of him, he's got the tools to do that.
Did Will work well with others?
Yeah, Will was fine getting along with everyone else. He had no difficulty, no matter which lab group he might be in. Working with males, females, didn't really matter. He got along pretty well with everybody. He was pretty easygoing. I think he's got the temperament. He can get along pretty much with anybody. Which shocks you.
Did Will demonstrate an understanding of difficult topics and a willingness to discover more?
Yeah, Will was pretty interested in the more advanced concepts. The basic motion, basic electricity, basic light, those kinds of things were okay. But he was really into some of the stuff that you hadn't covered in earlier grades. You may have just heard of before. He was always interested in looking up new things, trying new things out. He was very interested in trying stuff in the lab itself. If we had something kind of neat, try to figure out how it worked, why it worked the way it did. Always inquisitive. So he's the kind of guy who didn't just sit back and take things for granted. He always wanted to try and figure out why it was that way. He was going to question in a way that was respectful, but to try and get at the heart of the matter.
Ever since hearing about the STAR program, all I can dream about is being a STAR scholar. In fact, I feel like it's time for a nap right now.
I am a disease! Urgh!
Not on my watch, disease! triumphant day for the Star Scholars. I've had a lot of fun filming this video, but in all seriousness, I hope you consider me for the Star Scholars. I know I have the motivation and the passion that you're looking for in one of those elite few. So before I leave, I want to just say this. I want to be a Star Scholar. I want to live it.